Good day. Welcome to my channel. Got my gas tank, first of all, painted, a couple of brackets, and that's where I had it sitting. Ranging number fan here. When I had that fire, I could not get to my temporary plug that I had at the far wall. Got a box here. I'm going to mount that box here, which will give from my control box, allow me to put the 3 wires in here, run a new wire, and wire this thing so that it's directly at the panel and on its own circuit. Picked up the breaker the other day so that I could get this task done. So the pattern is you start figuring your location out, which in this case I have figured it out. My box is going here, and you're running the wire up that way, then down that way to the panel, back down and into the panel. And my phone is ringing again, as usual. So first thing, I'm going to grab our box. I'm going to knock the plug I want to open out. Some of these boxes, this tab gets pretty tough to knock out. You just got to keep working them back and forth, bending it back and forth until it eventually snaps. And there we have it. There's a little story about these slugs. Years back when we were kids, we got the same material as a quarter. There's a place called tried them to shove those slugs in vending machines. We get our clamp and put the clamp on. You get the right light here to get this. Sometimes it can be tricky to get this started, the nut on the clamp. There we go. Okay, now we can mount this box to the wall. Another false alarm for the boys. All the false alarms that I hear come on that radio makes me think there's no way that I'll ever put an alarm system in my place. Constantly hearing false alarms because of those detectors. Oh, that's fishing line. We don't want you in there. That's for the thermostat. Those 2 wires. There's that last one right there. Okay. Now we'll get our roll of wire here. Where's my bar? If you're using roll of wire, this is the easiest way to unroll it. We're gonna bring this down. Give yourself a little extra. We never run short, so we can cut it off there. Okay, because generally I don't clean the ends until it's in the box. In this case, I got a little bit of an awkward position, so we're going to strip it ahead of time. And now we'll put it in the box. Get a black wire here, which is this one here. Originally I was going to put my switch here, and decided this would work out better. I'm going to need a little better lighting. I've got my little flashlight here. What? Okay, I'm going to start with the ground wire. And we'll begin with putting our ground wire on the box itself. To begin with, too short. I need to get a longer bit, and every time I'm at the store I keep forgetting to get me a longer bit. Okay. Now to find the cap, known as a marette. That takes care of our ground. 2 white wires, which is known as our neutral wires. Okay, where did my tacks go to? Oh, right there. And we'll make sure they're tight. Put our neutral in the way. And the last one, put a slight curve bend in it. That goes onto the switch on the opposite side. So I can see it. And now you can mount the switch in place. And what I like to do is I like to try to center them as much as possible. Find the cover. Okay. Now we need to staple the wire down along the wall and along the ceiling. This is going to be a little tricky to do because of my working conditions. Oh, I still need to charge those batteries PDQ. So I'll try to get in. Could have moved the motor and I could have moved this engine over a bit, but to move it over I'd have to set the stand all up and that awkward. First one's in. Get my screw out. You're supposed to put a staple every 16 inches. What I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to put them in between the other wires here. I've seen these new type staplers, so I thought I'd give them a try. And much easier to put in than the old style. Get one more in here, especially when you got conditions like this. By rights, this is also should be in BX cable, but the cost of wire these days. Okay, now going to be fun because I can see I'm going to have to move items, some items. Maybe I can get away with trying to move as little as possible. Oh boy, I can see I'm going to have a lot more fun. It works way better when you got an open space, not all cluttered up like in my case here. Forgot about my pipe. It's got to go behind the pipe here. We gotta gently get it in there. Oh yeah, this is where you can run into all kinds of fun. This is the hardest part of my house wiring. Is getting, and there's a twist that I've been trying to prevent. Go on that side, go on that side, go there. Now to get on the other side of the camera here, and where my printer is. Ah! Boy, was that luck that that paper was there. Globe fell off my lamp here. Luckily for the paper being there, saved the globe from breaking. Because I had a hard time finding that globe in the beginning. Oh boy. Oh, now the second hand decides to work again. I wonder how long it'll stay working this time. I'll be right with ya. I want to get this one in here. Oh, that's okay. Well, I'm in this awkward position.
So how you been doing? Good?
Up and down.
Yeah? Same old, same old?
Same old, yeah.
Oh.
I'm out of room here, so special breaker I ordered.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
2 breakers in one.
Oh, okay. So,
Now it came in.
well, you guys set up pretty nice in here. Holy man. Perfect. Well, stop by anyway and we'll have coffee.
Yeah, we should do that.
Okay, I will for sure. I'll call you.
Yeah.
Okay, bud.
Now, pick up that globe before I forget it. Oh, we gotta change camera position too. So these ones come to a long position. Pocket there. You'll see in a second here my globe that you heard me say. Luckily for paper, so before I forget about it, let's find the globe and get it back on this lantern. That's the globe I'm talking about. Took me almost 2 years to find that globe. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get this done above the desk here. But I see I'm taking that globe off for now. As I can see, I've got to twist around in here to get this next one in place. Yeah, right. Catch the damn globe. Trying to get you away from it, and you want to catch it. Great. Put that over here. Need to get in here a little. This is as far as I can reach it. Success. No, oh hell. I think I'm going to have to clean the other side and get my stool in there. Great. I'm going to pause the camera here because I've got about a half hour in moving stuff before proceeding. Well, I've got a spot cleaned out here to get in. Get this next one in. This is why you want to do this in an open space, because otherwise it becomes, as you see, a real obstacle course. Oh boy, wish I had a helper so I could get these speakers down. Now comes new setup. This is a thing where a camera person would be so nice to have, because you'll lose so much time just resetting the damn camera. I think next year I'm going to change things around that aspect. Where's my panel? Right there. Close enough. Where was I now? Oh yeah, gotta get one behind this speaker. I can't even see it. So by guessing, by golly. I think what I'm going to do here. Oh, come on. If I can't see what I'm doing, I get very frustrated. Got it. Ouch. Oh, that's what's hard on my back. I got a twist like that. Harder on the back. Pick a spot to come down here. Be down there. Gee, trip over this. Stumble over that. Trip over this. Stumble over that. I wonder I haven't broken my neck yet. Okay. Huge difference, those staples versus these ones here. These are so hard to get in, especially when you are dealing with a hollow board. Alright, now we take the cover off the panel, breaker panel. We're going to do a little altering here on this panel at the same time. I'll explain why. All panels work. We're going to call this black wire. That's your hot wire, which is line 1. The red wire, you see here, is called line 2. The white wire is your neutral, or your return, and the bare one is always your ground. Now, how your breaker works set up, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to explain it. This breaker would be on line 1. This breaker would be on line 2. This breaker, line 1. This breaker, line 2. This breaker, line 1. And the last one, line 2. The reason for that is you needed an item such as your range, your dryer, your hot water tank, and if you had baseboard heating, you need 240 volts. That's why line 1 and line 2 with one breaker. This gives you the two inputs, line 1 and line 2. Thus, you get 240 volts across here. If you were to cut this in half, you got 120 on this side and 120 on this side. That's your 240. So, that being in mind with line 1 and line 2, presently we got line 1 here, line 1 here, and line 1. So these three are on line 1. And these three would be on line 2. Now, as you see, I'm out of room. So, we're going to take and do a little switching. And the reason I'm going to switch, this presently is for my outside lights, this circuit. This circuit is for my heaters, which are only 120. Because this being on line 1, the new breaker, instead of a single one, we have two breakers in one unit. If I was to put this on, line 1, it's the same as that one on line 1. What I want to do is I want to put this new one so that it's on line 2. Thus, I'm going to switch the two end ones over. In case you're wondering what this is for if I ever decide to hook up my welder, I just simply take the center ones off, which are presently my hot water tank, and that's why this is sitting here. I just switched them over. I've had no need for the arc welder, the old style arc welder, since I got my wire feed, and therefore I just stuffed the wire in the panel so it'd be there. Now, this breaker is being replaced. So we take it off of there, and that'll be my spare breaker. We'll take that breaker off. Get this wire here ready. Now it's our new one. We'll open this present clamp up. We're going to clean the wire here. Now, you may be asking, why so much length? Mr. Inspector loves to see at least 10 to 12 inches of wire in your breaker panel. Another reason you see is it gives you that extra room for what you see me just do, altering breakers around. These overdose issues gotten out of hand ever since they've legalized marijuana. You must get about 10 to 12 calls per day. Well, in my views, as far as I'm concerned, if you want to take dope and kill yourself, that's your business. Why should the public be paying to keep you alive? So there we have, just past the width of your panel. The reason you want to bear it, in this case, you don't want to take chances of trying to clean that in there, because this is known as bus bar. The only safe one to be touching is that one there and your ground. And that's the reason you want to clean your wires prior putting them into the breaker panel. So now that we got them clean, I like to give a little bit of a bend. There we are. Get them all there. Okay. We can give a little more cleaning here. I'm also awkward. It's twice as hard for me working when I'm in an awkward position. We'll give this a little bit of a shaping. Now we can tighten our clamp. Now you don't want to over tighten these clamps. You get them too tight, you can pinch the wire. First wire you deal with is your ground wire. So you get your ground wire, route it along the base. This is our ground terminals back here. Pick a spot. Man, this thick wire is so tough to get your fingers in there to work at it. Loosen the back to screw out. Fight to get your wire in. That's another issue. I'm getting blurred vision. That don't help. Okay, we are through. Tighten it down. Next is your white wire, which is your neutral. You want at least half an inch to 3/4 of an inch cleaned off. There. Rig your wire so that it comes to a neutral spot. Could have been a bit longer. There's the other. They get called to go to a site, and as you just heard, I don't know if you heard, cancelled by ambulance. Why do they call the fire trucks out to go do them damn ODs only to get cancelled by the ambulance? And who's paying the fuel? I can't understand why the camera keeps automatically shutting off. If anybody out there can give me an answer, I sure would appreciate it, because it's so frustrating. You're doing something and you're in the middle of doing it and you're trying to explain and it shuts off. Well, once again the camera shut off on me. I don't understand why, and each time. I got a big memory card in there, but when I went and checked it, said the memory card was full. So there went half an hour in emptying all the files onto the computer and go back to here. The card had lots of free memory, and it seems that every time I empty the camera, then it's on for a long time again. So help me understand that, because I cannot understand that. Anyway, I'm getting back to, I want to show you this setup, so that's why I emptied the camera, so we could get so our new circuit I'm putting on the very end, so this end breaker will be for the fan. The screwdriver is just a little on the wide side for fitting in here, and then it doesn't help when I'm right-handed and trying to use my left hand in doing so. make sure that you have a good tight fitting on it. And our other one, which was our light circuit for our outside lights, I remember what it was now. This is for my outside light on my steps, as well as the receptacle for the barbecue. So we'll tighten this one down. Now we shape our wires in there to position what we want, and we can shape it there. Snap the breaker in position, snap it into the contacts, and now we can turn them on. And perfect. Fan is now on its own circuit. So we can put the cover back on. Upside down. Once again, you're better off to use a hand screwdriver and tighten these, because you can strip these very, very easy if you're using the power gun this way. And there we have it. We replaced that with two of them from one. Okay, so thank you for watching, and do subscribe. Catch you on the next one.